Good morning, class. Welcome to your English Reader online class. Now take out your Essential English Reader book 4. Today we are going to start our chapter 1A Molly Cottontail part 2. So your lessons starts, okay. Johnny went down the road towards the creek near his home. So what is creek? Creek is a noun word, okay, and its meaning narrow stream or a small river. He had seen dozens of rabbits there every time he went to school and came home. Dozens means you all know 1 dozen is equal to 12 piece. So what happened? Johnny is had taken his shotgun and he went down to the roads near the narrow stream where the small river flows near his house only, and there are dozens of rabbit every time they were present. Okay, whenever he went to school and came back home, he always see there dozens of rabbit at that place. They were large rabbits with gray backs and white bellies. Now what is bellies? Bellies is also a noun word, and its meaning is the stomach. So all of them had long thin ears and a ball of white fur on their tails. He liked them a lot. He crossed the bridge across the creek and saw two rabbits hop across the road ahead. So here what happened when he was crossing the bridge over a small river. Creek means a small river. He saw two rabbits hop across the road ahead. So the rabbit were hopping, okay, and they were crossing the road in front of the road they were crossing. So across means here is adverb and also used as a preposition. Okay, and across means what? There side of a river. Road ahead. Ahead means in front of. Ahead word is also adverb and adjective. Okay, now after the bridge the road went up a small hill and the banks on each side were high. So what happened? After the bridge there comes again one small road, and it's go up to a hill, and the banks on the east side were high. Banks means what? Side of the river. Okay, side of the river is known as banks. At this time of the year, when winter was coming, the bank facing the south was warm because the sun shone on it most of the day. So, this is the time what? It's winter coming soon. So, the bank of the facing south was warm. Warm means what? It's fairly high temperature, not that much, too much temperature, but it's fairly high. And warm is also an adjective word. And because the sun shone on it most of the day, so sun was shining. Okay, it was giving light. Shone here is a verb word. Okay, Johnny was sure these rabbits were going there now. So the rabbits were going there, so he knew them very well. So sure enough, when he got there, a large rabbit was sitting on the sunny bank. And sure means what? Having no doubt. Okay, enough means was sufficient. He know very well. So when he got there, a large rabbit was sitting on the sunny bank. Means what? A very big rabbit was sitting on that. He was taking sun's light. Okay, on the bank of the river. Johnny raised the shotgun to his shoulder and took aim. So he pointed his shotgun towards that rabbit who was sitting in the sunny bank. The rabbit blinked her eyes and chewed a piece of grass. So what was the rabbit was doing? He was just blinking. Blinked means what? To shut eyes and open quickly. Okay. And her eyes and chewed a piece of grass means he was breaking up food. Okay, he was eating grass. The rabbit was eating grass. Johnny thought he would get closer so that he would be certain to kill her. So he was aiming at the rabbit. So he want to be sure that he may kill that rabbit. He would take the dead rabbit home and show her to Aunt Nellie. He wanted her to invite him to spend the summer vacation at her home in Maryland. So now Johnny wants to what? Spend summer vacation to his Aunt Nellie's house. Where is Aunt Nellie's house? It's in Maryland. Okay. Next para. Johnny went very close to the rabbit and kneeled down only 3 feet from her. She blinked and chewed on the grass. So now he was still aiming at the rabbit, and he kneeled down. Kneel down means what? To rest on the one or both knees. Okay, and 3 feet from the rabbit only. The distance was only 3 feet. And she blinked and chewed on the grass. See, the rabbit was still chewing the grass. Johnny hated to kill the rabbit because she looked as if she wanted to live and sit on the sunny bank chewing grass always. But his aunt Nellie thought a boy should be a hunter and kill every animal he saw. Johnny hated means what? Not like. Okay, hated here is a verb word, and he don't like to kill the rabbit. Okay, but why he want to kill the rabbit? Because he want to show his aunt Nellie that he is also a good hunter. So what he could do? He must shoot the poor rabbit and take her back home for his aunt to see. He looked steady aim along the center of the double-barreled shotgun, shut both his eyes and pulled the triggers one after the other. So steady means what? Saying at the same position, and he was aiming or pointing. Okay, and how was the shotgun? It's a double-barrel shotgun. Okay, so he pulled the triggers one after the another. So he shot two with that shotgun. Okay, when he opened his eyes, the rabbit was still sitting there looking at him. He was so glad that the rabbit was not dead. He dropped the gun, crawled up the bank, and caught the rabbit by her long ears. So now what here? Glad means he was happy that the rabbit was not dead, and he just dropped his gun, and crawled up means what? To move slowly with your body. So he was moving slowly up the bank and caught the rabbit by her long ears. So he caught the rabbit by his catching his ears. He lifted her in his arm and held her tightly. She was so frightened by the loud gunshot that she was trembling all over like a whipped dog. So trembling means more shaking and frightened. Okay, she was afraid ऑल ओवर लाइक ए विप्ड डॉग मीन्स वॉट बीटन. जैसे कुत्ते को पीटते हैं ना तो कैसा कुत्ता डर जाता है, वैसे ही. तो ऐसे ही वो डर गया था. कौन डर गया था? रैबिट. When he held her in his arms, she snuggled her nose against his sweater and stopped quivering as he stroked her fur. Holding the rabbit tight in his arm, Johnny picked up the shotgun and ran home as fast as he could. So quivering is means to shake slightly. Okay, quivering is also a verb word. Stroked is also a verb word to move a hand means stroke. What happened? He's stroking on the fur of that rabbit. Snuggled means what? Feel safe, warm, and comfortable. So that rabbit was feeling safe and warm in against his sweater. Okay. His father was sitting in the backyard when he got there. What's that you have got under your arm? He asked. So now his father was sitting at the backyard, means back of the house. Okay, there is a garden. So he was sitting there. And what's you have got under your arm? He is asking question to Johnny. So Johnny answered, a rabbit. Johnny told him, how did you catch it? His father is asking, how did you catch it? I shot her at her and missed her. Then I caught her by the ears and brought her home. Johnny said, Aunt Nellie said I had to kill something. You stop paying attention to your Aunt Nellie. So Johnny said that according to Aunt Nellie's word only, he shot that rabbit, but it was missed. But he caught the rabbit, and he just want attention of Aunt Nellie. But what his father is telling, you no need to pay any attention to your Aunt Nellie. So Johnny's father said sharply, she doesn't know what she's talking about anyway. Well, what are you going to do with the rabbit? So now Johnny is replying, keep her in a box. So he want to keep that rabbit in a box. But what his father is telling, don't do that. Johnny's father said, if it wants to stay, it won't run off. So अगर वो रहना चाहती है तो वो क्या है, वो भागेगी नहीं, कहीं भी वहीं रह जाएगी. Turn it loose and let's see what it will do. So उसके पिताजी बोलते इसको छोड़ दो, ढीला छोड़ दो और देखो क्या करता है वो rabbit. Just then Aunt Nellie and Johnny's mother came out on the back porch. Porch means what? A small covered area. Okay, like just one word here. What have you got there? Aunt Nellie asked. A rabbit, Johnny said. Where did you get it? I shot at her with the gun, but I didn't hit her, and she didn't run away, so I brought her home. His aunt turned to his mother in disgust, and now disgust means what? It's a noun word. A strong feeling of not liking it. Okay, Disgust means what? A strong feeling of not liking. There you are, Bess. What did I tell you? Johnny's father looked at her and silently went down to the barn. Aunt Nellie went into the house and slammed shut the door behind her. Slammed is a verb and with great force. Okay, she shut the door. Johnny's mother smiled at him. Taking the rabbit, Johnny went down to the barn. He sat down beside his father and turned the rabbit loose. The rabbit hopped around and around and looked at them. Why don't you name it Molly Cottontail? Johnny's father suggested. So Johnny's father suggested a name for the rabbit, throwing a handful of corn to the chickens. And that at that time only he was what? He was giving corn to the chickens. What does that mean? Johnny asked. There are two kinds of rabbit around here, jackrabbits and cottontails. This one has a cottontail. See the ball of white fur on its tail? That looks like a ball of cotton. The rabbit hopped around the chickens, who were not afraid of her. Johnny bought her some lettuce and she ate it. So lettuce is a what? Leafy plant. Okay. Then she hopped up where he sat asking for more. So Johnny gave her all he had and she ate out of his hand. So okay, so his father is suggesting that name because there are two types of rabbit. Okay, one rabbit is known as jackrabbit and one rabbit they have tails like cotton ball. Okay, that's why he named him as Molly Cottontail. And this is a story written by Exkeen Cladwell. Okay, and you have to write new words: invite, kneel, choose, steady, trembling, quivering, snuggle, stroke, poach, barn, discussed. All these new words you have to note it down in your notebook. Okay, next. So write true or false. Okay, this question I have given you. You see the video. Okay, you zoom it and see all the answer I have written there. And question number C, read the following sentence and fill in the blanks with words from the story. Okay, that also you complete in your textbook itself. And next portion will be your grammar portion, pronoun. So next grammar topic is pronoun. So a pronoun is a part of speech that is written in place of noun without writing the noun again and again. So we have read in class 1, class 2 and class 3 about pronoun. We are very familiar with pronoun. I think so. Isn't it, student? So Naresh, here examples they had given. Naresh is a student and he reads in class 9. His sister name is Neeta and she reads in class 6. So in the second and the third sentence, we have used he and his instead of writing Naresh and Naresh. Okay. In the fourth sentence, she is used instead of Neeta and sister. Like noun, pronoun also are used in both singular and plural numbers and have masculine, feminine, common and neuter genders. So here some examples given: I, we, you, he, she, him, her, your, our, they, them, their, it, this, that, these, those, etc. are pronouns. Now we ask question beginning with some pronouns such as who, what, which, whom and whose, etc. This answer will give us pronoun. Okay, so who made the noise, what is the name of the boy, which is your book, whom do you want to see, whose is this book. If we get the answer, all that is we are getting as answer are pronoun. So next, learn and remember. Okay, pronouns that refers to person are called personal pronouns. Pronouns of the first person. So there are three types of pronouns. What is there? First person, second person and third person. So first person refers to the person speaking about what? I, we, me, my, mine, us, our, ours. Okay, next, second person refers to the person spoken, that is the person or person to whom one is speaking, you, your, yours. These pronouns are the same in both singular and plural forms. So pronouns of the third person refers to the person spoken of, that is the person or person about whom one is speaking. Example: he, she, him, her, his, hers, they, them, their, theirs, it. Okay, so it is of neuter gender and sometimes common gender. It is used for collective nouns, animals and non-living things. So in the next page, So you please note down all the fill in the blanks. Okay. Question number A, fill in the blanks with the correct pronouns. Next question B, fill in the blanks with the correct pronoun. Okay. That also I've given you answer. You just note it down. Next one is change the number of pronoun in the following sentence. Next D question is read the following sentence. And E question, read the sentence below and change the person of the subject. All I have given you as notes. Please note it down in your test book and send me in WhatsApp. Okay, in my personal WhatsApp you show all your homework. Okay, I will be waiting for that. Thank you.